My name's Stephen Silverbeard and welcome to this normal playthrough for No Man's Sky Next Update. The purpose of this Let's Play is to learn the new mechanics that have been introduced as part of the next update. I've got no idea how long this Let's Play is going to run. In the first part we spent a bit of time learning the basic mechanics, we fixed our ship, and we're now on the point of building our first base. Let's just get out and have a look round. There's one thing I do want to show you guys before we go here. An old bug that I think that was introduced in the Foundation update has returned, and that is the ability to scan birds. And Hello Games fixed it. I think they're going to have to fix it again in this game. The problem is that the birds are moving so quickly that you cannot get the scanner to lock onto any of these birds long enough to scan them. So that is a return of an old problem. Anyway, let's get down to it. And as you can see here, it says Awakenings. The base computer claims the site of a construction, find a suitable area and deploy the base computer. And that's exactly what we're going to do this. And of course, to do that, we're going to need to come into here, press F twice. You get this nice, neat little contraption here. And this is our base computer. Now this introduces a completely new concept, because before the next update, when you claimed a base, it was a single module that formed the core of your base. All this seems to do is claim an area. I think if we click here, searching cartographic archives, universal archive search reveals no prior claims to this site, so the test, okay, claim base. And I think this just literally claims an area for you to build in. It doesn't actually have anything to do with the base itself. There we are. There we got base computer online, archive available, base computer online, use terminal. So we need to, let's just click here, accessing log from previous user, entry something follows, storm sweeping across but construction supplies lows, depositing shelter plans, and we need it to be back soon. So it says, oh, wooden, okay. So that it? We just get wooden walls. Well, oh, 5 items learned. What? So got wooden walls. That's interesting. And I haven't got enough. Cannot build. Carbon. Right, I'm just gonna go and collect some carbon. Right, I'm just gonna jump back into here and actually just let my environmental protection rise back up again. It doesn't take long, so we need to get out and get some carbon. Another quick tip here, guys: scan the plants before you actually chop them down, because what seems to happen is that if you haven't scanned the plant, you don't get the second resource. The unscanned plants, I don't get carbon. Now I scan the plant, I will get gamma root as well. I should do. I think that's how it does. Gamma root, yeah. Right, so let's just get out here. It says unidentified plant again. Of course, by scanning everything, you make cache, guys, and I think we're going to need to make it. So this is just a carbon plant. Grab this. I'll also try and grab unidentified. So that's actually, we need an advanced mining laser for that. And I can see you. Gonna grab these trees. See the clouds up in the sky there, guys. And we're just going to, I think one more should do. 98 carbon. I'm not going to build a massive great base, because simply this is the in-game guided tutorial is probably the best way to describe it, teaching me. And obviously we're not going to stay here long, because this is actually a radiation planet. And we're just going to, right, so we've got a this has got kind of slight overtures of Arc, really, isn't it? You build and we've got a very simple, and of course what we can do now is we don't have to keep jumping in and out of the ship. We can just keep coming here. Awakenings, base computer log updated, return to base computer. I can find the base computer and all this murk. If everything looks a little bit out of focus, guys, it's not due to my computer. It seems to be the atmospherics in the game. They've seemed to have really pushed them up with this update. Anyway, so salvage technology nearby. Plans log. Scans indicate additional subterranean devices beginning search. Download plans. Whoever recorded the logs evidently had some time. I have access to these plans. Perhaps I can learn from their efforts. Build a blueprint analyzer. Need magnetized ferrite and carbon modules. Just slide back into here. So we need magnetized ferrite. Need to collect ferrite dust. I don't have that much in the way of ferrite dust. I think the gamma root is used for advanced manufacturing before this update, so I think what I'm going to do is send that starship so that it's not in the way, and got pure ferrite, and we need ferrite dust. Right, grab some ferrite dust and anything here. Right, grab this. Oh, go away. Oh, go away. Can if I go and hide in my base. In theory, if I hide in my base, they shouldn't actually find me, and then they should count down and go away. They create magnetized ferrite and a refiner. I mean, I suppose that's one advantage now. We can drop these anywhere we want where we want to work things. Pop in there. Oops, extra transfer. Pure ferrite. Ferrite dust. And we got a little bit of power. Make some more. That's trundling away, doing stuff. Let's gather some more resources. I'm just going to that topped up. Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether the base computer has to stay to keep the base active. It'd be interesting to see whether you could actually just pick up the base computer once you've got a base set up. So you only really need one base computer. So let's analyze that. See what we got here. Whether it's just ferrite dust or uranium. Wow. That is a great find, because just to show you guys, I come into here. If I show you here, I was actually looking at this before I started the game. I think it's here, the launch thrusters. You need Starship launch fuel, which you can manufacture, and uranium to charge our launch thrusters. Also, the pulse engine here, you can see it says needs tritium and pyrite. Now, as far as I know, how it says there at the top there, says tritium is abundant in near space asteroid fields. Now, but I say prior to the next update, that was iron, so it means that mining the asteroid fields now is a lot more relevant than it used to be before, and it looked a bit like I still don't have enough. Let's just back to the exosuit. Right, place purifier in the portable refiner. So it says now we've got to put the pure. Alright. Yes. Put that in now. So now we've got to make magnetized. So this is a multi-staged process. One thing it doesn't really say though is the formulas. I think it might be a bit tricky to actually remember all these different formulas. I can see videos and notes in the future. But then the question is, these things that this tutorial is making us build, is it something that's going to unidentified min? This salt. I think it said salt, wasn't it? Okay, well, we might as well mine out some salt. I've got no idea what it's used for, but we might as well just grab it while we can see it. And we got another little. We got up here. What is this? This almost looks like gamma root. Yeah, but we need a hazmat glove to do that. Don't have a hazmat glove at the moment. Grab some carbon. But what we could do is just throw out a scan, see what's around. Hydrogen, some sodium over there. Now we've got a little bit up there. Get here. What I will say, guys, is that if you came in expecting me to be using third person, is I actually did start another test playthrough on normal mode. In fact, what I did is I did a little bit of a test run on survival mode, and I managed to get myself killed, and then a little bit more on normal mode. I didn't get as far as this point, just to try out the third person. And I'll be completely honest, guys, third person is fun to play, but I just don't feel it. Maybe I've played too much No Man's Sky in first person for it to really work for me. And we need carbon nanotubes, so that shouldn't take some. Let's just go and stand in our base. Yeah, maybe I'll go into third person occasionally, but I just found it, when you're actually doing lots and lots of things, I think maybe if you're out and about with your friends just running around doing things, it's not quite so bad. But I think when you're trying to build bases and all that, I think first person is still the better mode. Right, so we've got this here, so we can now build a blueprint analyzer, whatever a blueprint analyzer is. Right, blueprint analyzer. We might as well put it in. Find all our stuff up here. Test blueprint analyzer. Okay. What is this? Diagnostic suggestion user should recover buried technology from dig sites. Equip and utilize analysis visor. Blueprint research. Let's say if any of you guys cast your mind back to the old base structure, you bought stuff here, teleporter module. That could be great. But in this early in the game, you won't be able to open that up. It will just literally say that you can't do it, because you've got to warp so many times before you can actually do anything. Right, what we've got here? Copper deposit. Copper deposit. So what it's saying is we've got to go out and find buried technology. Copper deposit. Got copper around here. It's just so it means we're silver deposit. Bit of gamma weed. So it looks like we're going to have to go out exploring across the planet on foot. What do we need for Starship launch fuel? Right, we need metal plating, and so let's just make this. To do is just, oops, Didn't need to do that. I want to... I could put some uranium in. I thought uranium was... Oh, no, that's pyrites. Yeah, how much do I get from one uranium? Virtually nothing. Now the question is, what direction am I going to go in? And I suppose the direction is where there's sodium. Actually, what do I need to charge my analysis visor as well? No, terrain modulator. That's just ferrite dust. Off we go, guys. I'm not sure how long this will take, but we're going to do a little bit of old-fashioned exploration. I think maybe if we just set off in this direction, where the sodium is. What's that? Silver. So we could mine some silver. I don't know what silver's got. I think learning all these new elements and what they're for is going to be quite a big component of the early game, and I really hope it's going to turn into something that's going to be useful. There, some oxygen there. Gonna grab that. I think the sodium is over here. Let's get a little bit of height. I think we're... Actually says it's unidentified. Identified now. Again, I think scanning these elements is going to be a very big part of the game. Sorry guys. Sorry. Right, there's ships flying across the surface there. Right, what have we got down here? That there, hazardous flora. Okay. Loads of creatures here. We've got irritable. Over here. Silver deposit. Damaged machinery. Copper deposit. Silver deposit. Sentinel. So the sentinels show up as well. So with my luck, I'm probably going to set out in the wrong direction. Hello, creatures. You want to be fed. Cobalt. Don't have any cobalt. I think we just sneak out and unidentified. Scan this. If I don't look at him, hey, I don't want to look at you. Go away, go away. Stop annoying me. Let's run away. Now, one thing we can do now is that now we've got a terrain tool to show you guys. Once we get away, what's that? Use X to summon your ship. Yeah, but I don't have any reason to summon my ship now. See the shadow on the ground there, guys? That's really cool. And yeah, unknown building. 339 away. Copper deposit. Silver deposit. Okay. And I just want to show you this, guys. See my protection is going down. I come here and we get the old terrain tool out. Should be able to do now. Wow, that got in really, really quickly. And we can now hide down in here. That not... So that's not going up. Or is that regenerating very slowly? Going underground There's radiation levels stabilizing, but it's not regenerating. I don't know if that's intentional, because that's what you could do. You could go underground and then your shield would regenerate like it did when it got in the ship. I mean, true, it regenerated very, very slowly, but it's still regenerated. There's something down there. Just got to remember all these different scan modes and stuff. There's sodium down here. I want to make sure that creature's friendly. We haven't met anything yet that's hostile. Over there. A beacon and gamma weed. Here. Floating crystal. Oh, we have to go and find out what the floating crystal is. Going this way, guys. I wasn't expecting to be going a great big long distance tour here. Explore the planet and use buried technology. Yes, I gotta find the buried technology. Silver. Very, very tempted to build, to actually, nah. And of course, the whole problem we've got is the fact that we've only got limited space, so we really want to keep the necessary space in here for items that we actually do need. A sodium-rich plant. Grab that. We can't regenerate the shields underground. Whatever this is. Rare element. Bountiful, but we can't collect it. Maybe I've gone too far this way. And of course, this is one of the hazards with No Man's Sky, in the sense that because the game is procedurally generated, there is no set script for this initial start, so you literally take your chances. And let's grab some more copper. I can always send it back to the ship. And again, you no longer get the great big blobs that used to be. They've obviously shrunk the size of the deposits down. And one thing I have noticed is because the terrain manipulator actually destroys the terrain itself, when you're mining these blocks, you need to be a bit careful, guys, to make sure that you're picking up. So like I'm mining copper at the moment, so make sure you're hitting the copper, not just excavating the great big hole. Yeah, before the mining tool didn't destroy the terrain, so that you didn't have a problem with the, when you mine something, you just kept going at it until it stopped producing anything. We're going to need to top that up, and I think we probably put that in. Anyway, I think we've got quite a lot of. Right, let's go up here. We've got silver. Actually, I think what to do, guys, this is getting quite full up. Let's send that to the starship out of range. Oh, you're kidding me. What I'm going to do, guys, is I don't really want to just keep wandering in one direction. I mean, I've lost that building. I think what I'm going to do is curve round in a circle, and nope, that's alright. Actually, can I put this? Can I actually charge my ship at a distance either? Nope, ship out of range. Right, guys, I just want to check something. Can I fuel my starship at a distance? No, out of range. Now that's going to make a big difference in survival mode, because when you go walk about like this, what you used to be able to do was just push the resources back to the actual ship itself. Grab that. Not being able to fuel and fix your ship at a distance is going to be a little bit of an issue, guys. Yeah. Silver. Man, my inventory's getting a little bit full, and we've got a journey milestone. Just kill that. So setting out, we have travelled 8,000 units. Show you guys. Come to P here. Any of you guys new to the game? These are milestones that you gain as you go through. The hardest ones used to be, I presume, is extreme survival and planet zoology. These are the ones that normally you have to work for. Most of the rest just come with time, that as you kill things and encounter things, you actually go, and you've also got missions for life forms, so 3 life forms. Then you've got the guilds here as well. That over there. Oh, look at that! We've got one of the traditional modules over here. Let's just go and have a quick look at that. Right, we've got a health. I don't know whether yeah, probably can't. Health is at maximum. Thank you. Projectile ammunition for project something that we haven't actually got. This copper. We've got a great big copper deposit. Now, what you used to be able to do, if we just get the terrain manipulator, and I don't know if this is going to work now. You used to be able to do is go in underneath like this. I suppose you can cut it in like this and get underneath, and then you can mine it from inside, and when you're doing that, your actual this terrain tool doesn't last very long, does it? And okay, and I've run out of ferrite. Okay, so yeah, that this terrain tool is certainly doesn't last that long. I keep forgetting that I don't have my fully upgraded kit, and it's going to grab the oxygen, and of course we have to sodium. Yeah, I do wonder whether the fact that it doesn't regenerate underground is a bug. If you can't actually regenerate your shield underground, except for like getting caught in a storm, there's no real point in actually going underground. I think what I'll do, guys, is I'll just keep wandering across the surface, and if I find anything of interest or something, well, I'll be right back. I'm just going to tag that mutant plant. It might as well give me a target to aim for. Right, guys, we found a beacon here. Don't know what use it's going to be. Oops. And he walked into a hazardous plant. And come here. We might as well click on the beacon, see what it is. Waypoints. And we've gone up through the clouds. I don't know what we got for this. Right, it says minor settlement detected. Arrive in. So we get the timed elements. It's going to take 9 minutes to get to that minor settlement. And we might as well head in that direction. I've got nowhere else to go. Right, what have we got here? Silver deposit. Lots and lots of. Seems the longer you hold it down, or wow, we're getting a lot more resources coming in. Tag plant. Let's just keep going this way, guys. Right, guys, I've been walking a long way and we've got another accomplishment, and I have walked 10,000 KS's, whether they are. So if nothing else, guys, I am certainly piling up the distance, and I'm not finding a buried treasure. So we're just going to keep walking, guys, and we'll see how it goes. Scanners are a lot better than they used to be, but at the same time, go away, sentinels. This sentinel insists on following me. And get here, guys. Yeah, so this is turning into quite a long process, and all I'm doing at the moment is just walking across, gathering resources, just to give you an idea of what I've got here. Could use up some of these oxygen capsules, I think, as well. and not being able to send stuff back to my ship is being a little bit of a pain in the neck. Hope that's not permanent. Maybe hopefully there is a tech. Certainly scanning a lot of these modules, and I do wonder whether the game is actually that could be interesting. That's giving me ferrite dust and sodium. And again, see another one here that there's almost like all these different little rocks have different things. Oh, yeah, see that's got uranium in it, and my friendly sentinel is back. I think if you just keep popping out the occasional one, it doesn't seem to mind. That's just a silver deposit. Right, we've got a difference. Buried treasure, yes! I found it. So it's 132. 64. Just, I don't want to die now I've got this far. God knows where the game would respawn me. I don't want salt. Right, at long last, we have found some destination reached. Terrain manipulator. Hopefully this is not going to be too... Wow, that didn't take long to find. Right, we've got salvage technology times 3 times 4. Oh, so you don't just get 1, I've got 4. Right, I think I need to summon my ship now at long last. Yep. Thank you, ship. Let's just jump into my ship. And I think before I do anything else, can I use the uranium to top that up? And what I want to do is now store some of this stuff in my ship while I'm thinking about it. Got projectile ammunition, which as far as I know I've got no use for. Got some salt, which as far as I know I've got no use for. Chromic metal, life support, okay. Loads of ferrite dust. There. And what I'm going to do now is find my base. Where is it? Oh, come on. Dust storm. Where is my base? Oh, come on, game. Let's just get a bit of height. Right, is that it there? Your base. Arrive in 4 seconds. Can't see it, guys. Obviously, flying in the middle of a storm now is a lot more atmospheric whoops, than it used to be. Right, there's my base. Right, let's just land. Yeah, I'm not sure about the atmospherics there, guys, so just go and stand in here for a little while because I'm not sure what. Right, storm's quite intense, so let's just build up this. Right, let's go and grab the blueprint analyzer. Right, analyzing unit online, awaiting input, blueprint research. What of this is going to be very, very useful? Bed, nothing really as such, is it? Wooden ramp, wooden arch, a health station, message module. I suppose that could be fun. My inclination, I mean, I presume I'll just get any tech, but I think a save point would be quite useful, especially if I can make it and then think, oh, looks like the storm's passed. Base archives updated, new signals acquire. Base computer updated. Where's my base computer? There it is. Base computer archives. Accessing log from previous user. Additional archives recovered. Entry. Scanner detected. Repeating 16 space station. Warning. Archives interrupted. Emergency broadcast detected. The traveller finds their wings. They fly towards us as they must. You will find us when the time is right. The base computer has interrupted its own archive retrieval program. Broadcast sounds no distress call. Perhaps the message is right. Perhaps it's time to fly, to return to space, to seek answers. am I doing now? Investigate, visit space station and search for intelligent life forms. Now the question is, do I take this stuff with me? I'm a bit inclined to take that. Analysis while online waiting. Okay. I think I'm just going to leave that there, but I think we're going to pick this up. Blueprint analyzer. Trouble is, I'm going to clog my inventory up with this stuff. Okay, let's take the blueprint analyzer with us. I think we're going to leave the base computer behind. I presume we can come back for that. Jump into the flying brick. Tritium. I've got no uranium and launch fuel. I actually make some ship launch fuel for the there. I'm just a bit worried about fuel. You need a metal plating, okay. Make some launch fuel. I'm just a bit worried about whether I've got a full load of fuel. Because I just don't, I'm just a bit worried about the fact I can't send over distances. So what happens if we can't reload the ship? Wow, oi. Right, we're out in space. Now it says that we can mine the asteroids. Gold, great. Right, let's find the space station. That's the space station. What I want to do is mine some of these asteroids on the way through. Right, tritium. That's what I'm after. So I don't want to do the... Because the downside, guys, if any of you are new to the game, is that if your pulse drive runs out, travelling, like at the moment, if I go and point that out, see it says 38 minutes. And if this pulse drive runs out of fuel, see, I'm not getting that much. It would take me 30 minutes of real game time to actually get to that space station. So what I'd like to do is get enough of this to at least charge the pulse engine once and give me another one should I need to travel. Put it this way, well, I think we all do it once when we start playing the game. We run out of fuel, and there's nothing more disheartening than not being able to do this. So you can see it says an hour, and now we can do it in 7 seconds, but that's because we've got the pulse drive. And that's the difference, guys. So, and that's why if you watch anyone playing this game prior to the next update, whenever you looked at their ship, it had a massive pile of iron stashed on it. I mean, I think I used to carry at least 500, sometimes 1,000 iron. And of course the new iron now is tritium. Right, just going to come out here, and here we are on the space station. So you can see there, so I'm just going to top that up. Got 97 left. Right. I suppose we got enough poke in our jetpack to do the old trick. Right, so what we are here, explore, find life form and ask about the emergency signal. Right guys, so this is the new base layout. There's a lot more going on than it did before. It's a lot more open than before. And encrypted navigational data. So we got, grab this while we're at it. Golden rule of No Man's Sky is grab everything you can. Got 11 nanite clusters. So I suppose, hello boys. We got a little bit of trading station. Let's see if we can get in here. I mean, I've got loads of silver back on my base, so I suppose I could. Don't want to sell off anything that's important. Blueprint. Let's see which 350 credits. Okay, gold. I think we're going to sell gold and the silver. It says we can't sell the salt. Got projectile ammunition. Yep, I don't know. Right, got a few credits. So we just need to talk to these bots. Okay, repeat the code. So obviously a look of surprise crosses the life form's face and they release a strange smelling gas. Appears to signifies our conversation is over. I don't think it's any of these guys then. So let's just here repeat the code. I'm not going to read all this stuff through. Yep. So we're going to have to talk to all these guys. Right, just going to rattle through these really quickly. I'm aware that the video is going over long. What I'm probably going to do, guys, is we're just going to explore the space station, and then that's where I'm going to call it for this part. Can we? How we get from the planets? Salt. Okay, can scan them. Abandoned object. Okay. And of course, any of you guys are new to the game, you can't get through these doors until we've got an Atlas V3 pass. Hopefully Hello Games have improved what's behind those doors. I mean, I remember working very hard to get an Atlas 3 level pass, and what I found behind was a little bit disappointing. So we got a technology merchant here. Lifeform stares silently and I blink and it seems some red light. Repeat the code. We are watching you, traveller. Find what we have left of you. Okay. Though the alien speaks his words, they're not their own. The code is echoed back through me with a red glare transformed into a set of coordinates. The crimson light fades away and I see the life form blinking at me expectantly. Whatever has happened, they do not appear to have seen it. I should leave and find out whether it has left me. Okay, so we've actually found it and we've now got a new tag. So this is the guy we had to talk to. And we've got the next step in the mission, but I want to explore the base before we leave. Right, he doesn't want to talk to me. This is obviously a demonstration. It's not doing anything. And what I am is aiming towards that, but we're going to keep going, talking to these guys. Because when I tried this in my permadeath series, all these were actually unlocked. Right. Economy scanner, and everything here is locked. Okay, phase beam, teleporter, receiver, ship mounted teleportation device, cadmium drive. And he had another option. What's the other option then? Have a quick look at this. Purchase upgrade modules. Hyperdrive module. What's this for? Starship weapons upgrades. This module upgrades the starship's phase beam. So there's actually 2 levels of actual upgrades. You've actually got the tech, the blueprints, and then you've got the upgrades. Oh, that's different. You can see that we're going to have to spend a lot more time working on this, guys. Right, let's see what this guy's got to offer. I mean, this is one thing that I do have a little bit of an issue with, that you're almost going to be able to buy all this stuff on here. So what we need is 80 nanites, and when we get the hazmat gauntlet, rocket boots, exosuit, equips the exosuit jetpack and advanced jump capabilities. Well, that sounds cool. All stimulator, jetpack tanks. They've obviously introduced a lot more tech into the game. Of course, what we should be able to do is exosuit upgrade. But I don't think. Well, we got 17,000 units. Very tempted to get this upgrade to get to 25 slots. Yep, I think we're going to go with that, guys. I mean, this is the reason why I was saying about you need to scan, because and this is our appearance modifier. So now we get a chance to choose who we're going to be. It's definitely going to be a traveller. What we got here? I mean, just to run through this, guys, anomaly is the if you want to play humanoid form. I mean, some of these suits are quite cool, and of course you can play Gek, the one life form that Cobra doesn't like, and we got Vakeen. So you could then, I mean, it'd be great if they introduce a concept that where you can actually identify with the races. But in some ways I'm a little bit disappointed that you can literally come back to here and chop and change. I mean, to me this should be something you should choose a race and stick with it, and then when you come back you should only be able to modify that look of that race. But that's just a personal observation, guys. So, got a traveller. I don't really fancy being a mechanoid. I did like them. I actually do like, wow, cat-like look. I actually like that. And of course what we could do is, so it's only like mixing and matching. No, I actually like that red look. Now I don't want to bore you guys too much with all the different options. As you can see here, we got torso, armor, gloves, legs, boots, backpack, maybe it's really just a general look. I think we'll just stick with that. Save changes, yes. And I think just to celebrate that, let's just do the research. The rest of this. Oh, the torch is in there, so and we'll just go into third person for the rest of checking out the rest of this space station. So what we're going to do, guys, and we can see I mean the animation is really cool in third person, and for running around a space station, and say if you're talking to your friends, I can understand why people would do it. But to be honest, I found when you were out exploring the planet and all that, I just found it a little bit clunky. And of course what we should be able to do now is we can do some emotes. Nope. Help me. Okay, wait, stop messing about, concentrate, we've got a job to do. Okay, let's just talk to these guys. Seems absorbed to display of flashing red lights. Advise them they continue. Gex heeds my advice and makes a particularly elaborate series of button presses. The lights do not turn yellow, the kick appears. He's probably doing space gambling again. Gex seem to like space gambling. We'll talk to another one of these guys. There's a lot of them here. I don't know if we're going to get missions from them. Solves in some game with their own creation. Click my tongue. Gex squeals with delight. I do not understand the significance of what has occurred. I am pleased I have made someone happy. And then maybe if we talk the second time, of course we got absolutely no language of the Gex, so we don't actually understand. Maybe they just don't want to us. And of course up here is the teleporter. See, this is what I was saying, guys, when you're in third person sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to line up on things, because it's like there. Of course this isn't active yet, because I think you've got to be an experienced warp traveller. Yeah. So, yeah, it says here teleportation network is only available for experienced warp travellers. And come in here. What captain, wherever you are. The alien's aggressive tone and rough demeanour mark them out as a mercenary. I hope they. So this is probably one of the guild guys, but of course again we haven't reached a level enough to participate. So, and so I presume these are going to be the different guilds. Yep. Doesn't even want to talk to us. So these are all elements that are going to be expanded in there. And we actually got another trade terminal over here. Okay. Do I have anything that's worth selling? Don't really want to sell off that copper. I mean, we could sell the gamma root. That's only worth 208 units. Blueprint analyzer. I don't have anything that's. I mean, the salvage tech, it's worth a lot of money, but do I actually need it? I mean, I could sell one. sell one of them. Could be a bit stupid, guys, but one item actually ship. So and W. Okay, it is here. Right, we get 50,000 for that. 60,000, 3,000 credits. Anything else up here? There's something in the wall there. Doesn't want. It's kind of question mark, but it's not let me do it. Mordite. Okay. Right. Got deuteronium 9 salt. So it's almost like when you click on these planters. There, what you get is random. What is it? Nope, there's nothing here. Right, guys, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we will follow the encoded signal, whether that's going to take us. It's obviously the next step in our progress. So until next time, guys, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.